Hello people, good night. Welcome everyone to our news channel. Here you are always well informed. Leave your like and thank you very much. All of the people infected were treated and recovered, but officials said spraying was being conducted in the area to mitigate the risk of further transmission. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Florida Department of Health are warning residents after 4 cases of malaria spread by mosquitoes have been treated in the state. The Florida Department issued an advisory Monday after the 4 malaria cases were confirmed in Sarasota County on the state's west coast. All of the people infected were treated and recovered, but officials said spraying was being conducted in the area to mitigate the risk of further transmission. Residents throughout the state should take precautions by applying bug spray, avoiding areas with high mosquito populations, and wearing long pants and shirts when possible, especially during sunrise and sunset when mosquitoes are most active, the department said in a statement. The initial malaria advisory was issued in Sarasota County after the first case was reported in late May. That was followed by a second case, and then 2 more, said Jay Williams, the press secretary for the Florida Department of Health. As soon as it crossed over from 1 to 2 confirmed cases, it progressed to an alert, Williams said, comparing it to the system of issuing a hurricane watch versus a hurricane warning, when a storm is imminent. Listen, the conditions are favorable, Williams continued. It's not just some rogue one mosquito. People need to be paying attention. Williams said health officials are being proactive. We know we are going into the 4th of July holiday. We know the summer's only getting hotter and wetter over the next couple of months, Williams said. So we just wanted to give Floridians a big kind of heads up, put the whole state on notice. A 5th case of malaria was detected in Texas, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. There is no evidence to suggest that this year's Florida and Texas cases are related, the CDC said. The malaria cases represent the first time there's been a local spread in 20 years. About 2,000 U.S. cases of malaria are diagnosed each year, the vast majority in travelers coming from countries where malaria commonly spreads. Since 1992, there have been 11 outbreaks involving malaria from mosquitoes in the U.S. The last one occurred in 2003 in Palm Beach County, where 8 cases were reported. Malaria is caused by a parasite that spreads through mosquito bites. Infected people can suffer fever, chills and flu-like illness. If it goes untreated, infected people can develop severe complications and die. The largest death toll in recent years has been seen in children in sub-Saharan Africa. How can I prevent a mosquito infestation at my home? The Department of Health has a number of tips for mosquito protection. Residents are asked to drain and cover standing water to prevent mosquito breeding and mosquito-borne illness. Make sure to drain water from garbage cans, house gutters, buckets, pool covers, coolers, toys, flower pots or any other containers where sprinkler or rain water has collected. You should also discard old tires, drums, bottles, cans, pots and pans, broken appliances and other items that aren't being used. Empty and clean bird baths and pets' water bowls at least once or twice a week and protect boats and vehicles from rain with tarps that don't accumulate water. If you have a swimming pool, keep it in good condition and appropriately chlorinated. Empty plastic swimming pools when not in use. You should also make sure to cover doors and windows with screens to keep mosquitoes out of your home. If needed, repair any broken screens on windows, doors, porches, and patios. How can I keep myself safe from mosquito-borne illnesses? To prevent mosquito-borne illnesses, cover your skin with clothing or repellent. Wear shoes, socks, and long pants and long sleeves. This type of protection may be necessary for people who must work in areas where mosquitoes are present. Apply mosquito repellent to bare skin and clothing. Always use repellents according to the label. Repellents with DEET, picaridin, oil of lemon eucalyptus, pyrimethamediol, 2-undecanone and IR3535 are effective. For children younger than 2 months old, use mosquito netting to keep bugs away. Tips on repellent use. When using mosquito repellent, always read label directions carefully for the approved usage before you apply, and remember some repellents are not suitable for children. According to the Florida DOH, products with concentrations of up to 30% DEET, N-diethylam, 1-toluamide, are generally recommended. Other U.S. Environmental Protection Agency approved repellents contain picaridin, oil of lemon eucalyptus, pyrimethamediol, 2-undecanone or IR3535. These products are generally available at local pharmacies. Make sure to apply insect repellent to exposed skin, or onto clothing, but not under clothing. In protecting children, read label instructions to be sure the repellent is age appropriate. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, mosquito repellents containing oil of lemon eucalyptus or pyrimethamediol should not be used on children under the age of 3 years. DEET is not recommended on children younger than 2 months old. Avoid applying repellents to the hands of children. Adults should apply repellent first to their own hands and then transfer it to the child's skin and clothing.